Hey guys, Ball1025 here. Today will be part 1 of a new series I'm starting that basically is Aries 3. So, this is when we depart Kerbin. That's good, we're leaving that thing spinning. Right. Throttle up. We have ignition of the nukes. We are accelerating very slowly but still fast in the actual Hermes. Look, just delta V sets. Thrust to weight ratio 0. Wait, what? We could spend 53 minutes burning non-stop. And I do know we'll do aero braking, which is actually what the Hermes is supposed to use. But I'm just really quickly going to show you how that's how little acceleration the Hermes is undergoing. It's still accelerating, of course, so if I just leave it for a while, the Hermes will overtake it and we might not be able to catch up, but yeah, more than likely, I can just go and just keep doing that until I'm right under the hatch. Crud. So yes, you can easily perform. You can easily and safely even You slid down right in front of that cockpit. I do not believe that you could not have grabbed on. Look, you're right on the hatch. So I do not understand. F. Come on. Yes! Right. Just to make it interesting a bit, right. Where is it? Delta V. No, not that. Orbit info. So, apoapse is rising. Centrifuge is spinning. Nothing is going wrong. So, I'm just going to assume, the crew are just, well, to heck with it, they're probably just happily moving along inside of the Hermes. Yep, she's off full throttle. No, hold on, is RCS off? Good. You can see it here. And what I'm assuming is you could just go ahead out the nose, and that is where it would, like, right up here is where the MDV would dock, because they're on the with the MDV, and since there's no better explanation from what I can tell, the MDV is waiting for the crew at Mars. I thought that's just a drink holder. I'm sorry, that must have been wanting you put that there. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Up here you can get a brilliant view right out the front of the capsule. Of course, yeah, we have a vast playing the role of Lewis, and here we have the command chair. However, there is some weird glitch that, like, if you're not this far up, it's just like no. Anyway, I think I'll cut the engine once we're not accelerating. So just a fact about the Hermes, like, from what I read on somewhere, the Hermes is a multinational effort by, it said ESA, or NASA, ESA, Roscosmos, JAXA, ESA, and ISRO. So I realize, if I'm going to recreate Ares 3, I'm going to have to recreate Tiangshan. Which will be intriguing, to say the least. But I won't really focus that much on the time, because the way I'm focused is more like, okay, well, Hermes is on its way back to Kerbin, we'll do a Kerbin flyby. Basically, we're going to focus until Watney, who I still haven't said who it will be, gets to Mars, or Duna in this case, and gets stranded there. However, the series will I think the series we won't continue for a while. Alright, we're not really gaining altitude as much as I'd like, so cut off the engine, and now just simple warp here. That's nothing I can do about that. So Hermes is moving up. Of course, I'm using nuclear engines, not ion engines, just for the simple reason of I can stand, leaving my computer running for, doing 30-minute burns, doing multiple hour burns is a different story. Wait, what's Hermes acceleration, like 2 millimeters per second? Is it here, or is it? Whoop. Okay, RCS. So I did put some RCS on the centrifuge, which is kind of strange. There we go. That might help us. We're approaching less than 5, I think it's here. Look, surface just ratio of vessel mass, max acceleration, basically 69 centimeters per second. I hope none of you are that immature to make the 69 jokes, because that will drive me insane. Right, engine ignition. And let's watch sunrise from the deck of the... Well, actually no. Prepare for sunrise. Now, begin spin up. You can see the centrifuge spinning up there. So it really is funny when the... Okay, RCS thrusters off, because that would just drive me insane. Yep, prepare, the sun is about to rise. I really do need a screen. I will take a screen of this the moment of sunrise. Also, I'm surprised there's no overheating yet. Well, because I did give it a while to cool down. Although now that I think about it, I should really have made this house fuel. And prepare for sunrise. Hermes is almost at periaps. So the next episode will be Hermes doing the transfer to Duna. I'm waiting for that woomph. This. That's perfect. Okay guys, I'm back after a really annoying game crash. And I had to do a bit of a cheaty bastard thing. I had to use hyperedit because the game crashed and it pissed me off. But I didn't cheat too much. All I cheated was that I gave myself spin up was that I changed the eccentricity. Now, let's see how well... Oh wait, no. Keep her around the full thrust. Orbiting for up is perfect. Good. We are experiencing lag. Obviously. You can see it's still accelerating very slowly, but that's because it's an... It uses 3 nuclear engines. One's bigger and 2's smaller, so it's more like 1.5. Well, not 1.5. It's like 2 nuclear engines is about what it is. Maybe 2.5, but you know, it ain't the most powerful of things. But oh wait, don't be wasting RCAs. km apps. Wait, that means we can double, so 800, 1,600, 3,000. It will take a few more passes, but I can boost our... Just keep boosting our orbit. But I think once we reach 500 kilometers, I'm cutting the engines. Come on. Drop out of warp. No. Engine cut off. Now watch. Alright, I'm going to pause recording until we're ready for next ignition. Okay, guys. Menke was orienting the Hermes. So I'm accelerating. Once we're in rough... I think that's actually good enough to ignite those engines. Up-apps increasing, peri-apps decreasing. No, that's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing either, but it's definitely not a bad thing either. Right, we have spin up a centrifuge. This is our 3rd pass. And we're speeding up significantly. We're going to fly over the KSP. What's that under us? It's part of the ISS. Probably like a Soyuz or something. I don't know. Huh. That's intriguing. We're in the right position. RCS off. I now regret not putting lights on this, but then again, most of this time will be spent in interplanetary space. However, one thing I will more than definitely need is Kerbal attachment system and Kerbal inventory system. Where are we relative to the sun? Oh yeah. We'll get to the sun soon enough. Good. I really am focusing on this because this is only the 2nd time Hermes has left Kerbal orbit. When the first time it was a different version of Hermes that was an orbital mission. And that had a bit of an incident with the crew, with a crew shuttle, let's just say. After it got back, I did not record that. I brought up a thing, tried to dock it. Did not work. The engines fired, crashed into this, basically They just need to like at least that much of the front off. After that, I just deorbited it. Like, screw this, we're going home. And it burned up. As in the Hermes, the cruise shuttle with the crew made it home just fine. Right, our periaps is rising. So our apoaps. So I'm thinking Smart ASS off, SAS, and push. Oh yeah. Now you get a real sense of how much of a pain in the butt this is. We want to keep our periaps, actually. But to give MacJib the order to kill the rotation. Oh boy, yep. Oh no, wait, no, overshoot. Ah! Kill rotation. MacJib, deal with it. Good, we're about to begin descending. Alright, screw it, prograde. This should at least, yep, we're pushing down our periaps. Our apoaps is 700, which is 200 kilometers higher than before. We're still around halfway. Oh, what are these? Oh yeah, that's the Galileo constellation. Prepare for sunrise. I'm so... Oh my gosh, they must be sort of pissed. Vogel must be... Huh, those are overheating. Vogel must be pissed at Martinez. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Screw it, RCS. For the roll... Those thrusters are always firing just opposite of the centrifuge. Once yaw reaches around 0... Well, actually no, we will need that RCS to kind of zero out the pitch. We're still descending. Periaps still, I mean. Right, I'm going to be a stubborn motherfucker. And I've decided that either on this go or the next, we're going to go. And we're going to leave Kerbin orbit. Now, a bit about the Hermes. As I've said, international effort. Designed for the 5 missions, the 5 Ares missions, but after Ares 5, it will no longer be safe to leave Earth's SOI. Therefore, it will become the next International Space Station. And a bit about the crew. I won't remember much, but Lewis, the commander, she was in the Navy, is what I remembered, and she's made several trips to the SpaceX space station. I'm pretty sure basically the same for Martinez, except he's Air Force. Beck, I don't remember much about him. Vogel, he's an ESA astronaut, he's the first German to go to Mars. Once again, I don't remember if he's been to space previously. Watney is from Chicago. He's fairly new too. NASA, as in the Hermes leaves in 2035, he was selected as an astronaut in 2032. So the first Ares missions had all, like Ares 1 I think has already landed on Mars by the time Watney got selected. But of course, Watney is the one most people remember. Like, if this was real, Watney was the one most people remember. The one thing I still don't know how I'll do is the blow open the front of Hermes. But hey, I'll worry about that later. Also, yeah, spoilers. Okay. We have almost a 1,000 kilometer airblast, which is still nothing. Now we're back up to full thrust. Yes, good. I'm going to keep burning. You can see it is increasing. The rate of ascent is increasing. The radiator. Oh, yep. You see why we need those radiators. The rear end of Hermes will overheat slightly. However, once we're in deep space, we can take care of that. We're rising, but we are going to keep burning. And after the burn is completed, I'm going to end this video. Oh boy. Overheating issues. Also, there's one thing. Can these things deform, like the position of them change because of heat? Because last Hermes, all this was all kind of crooked. We are decelerating. How are we doing fuel-wise? We've drained the first tank, and we're draining the second currently. I want that to be efficient and cut the engine. Disable the spin. Now. Of course, this wouldn't be a problem for the Hermes because they don't really have to worry about fuel that much. Well, this Hermes does because it's still a nuclear engine, so they do. Right, begin spin up. Wait for it to get pointed mostly prograde. Actually, yeah, wait for it to put pointed mostly prograde. We've burned most of our fuel, surprisingly. Four minutes to periaps. Huh. Fire the engines. Now, I've genuinely run out of things to talk about. Also, this Sunday there will be a super moon and the lunar eclipse at the same time, and I'll be able to view it, so you know, I'll have the camera and the telescope out there. I can guarantee you that. When you look at it like that, it does appear as if the Hermes is kind of not pointed down as much. Now, our apoapsis has doubled, so we will leave on this pass. We will get escape velocity. We are only 300 or so meters per second away. Yep, you can see the Ariane 5. All the Ariane 5s are on almost the same path. Hold on, is Hermes marked as a ship or a station? Hermes marked as a ship. Need to get that fixed. Now, we're at periaps and we just reached geostationary orbit. As in our apoapse. Yep. Basically, once we reach the moon, see, we've gained 2,000 kilometers of altitude. There's no open hell the moon will screw us over, and at this point we are too late, I'm going to say, cut the engines because we would risk damaging our constellation. Now, I'm just making up excuses at this point. There's the mules. Now you can see we've boosted up to almost 5,000. Oh my gosh, I'm really tempted to just go to keep burning, but that's not an option, unfortunately. Right, one more time. Yes, 5 hours. Then escape because you don't like me that much. I would assume. Now warp. Yep, Kerbin is spinning faster than we're moving relative to Kerbin. However, we will soon drop and get quite a lot of thrust out of those engines. Well, quite a lot as in relative to the fact that these are nuclear engines. Like, it will still be nothing compared to mainsail and stuff. Alright, prepare for main engine. I just do a bit of time acceleration. Close enough, fire! Yes. This is why I can't wait for the Duna menu. Remember, I won't record. Actually, I'm now thinking. I think the next video will be the Duna Aero Break, but that will probably be after the Martian is released. So after September 30th. There we go. There we go. Yep. We're leaving on this pass. There is no abort sequence at this stage. If something goes wrong, if something goes wrong, we can still, like, put it this way, we are not going around another time because that would just be, that would be a waste. Right, out of the moon's orbit, I wonder if we can get a little kick from the moon, because that is basically roughly where it is. It's actually... Hold on. Oh yeah, but only as we fall back though, so... Hold on. Cut the engines. Ooh, however, that particular path will send us careening into the moon. And I don't want that. I don't want to crash into the moon. I do want to get... And think about it, if this works... Also, we're not actually we're still accelerating, we're still gaining velocity. Right, I might have just wasted a lot of delta V. Yeah, that just ain't... It ain't worth it that much, so... Yeah, I'm being a bit more careful, though. Because maybe on that side... It would seem... Mouse this off. Well, we might have found ourselves on a rather lucky encounter with the moon. Drop out. Time warp dropped out. Kind of warp here, which is in 2 days. But this is also good because it gives the engines time to cool down. You can see the one on the left has cooled down. Central and the right one have yet to cool down. Right now, just right now we're going to warp. I'm going to do a quick just let me click on the orbit. There we go. Warp here. That's in 52 minutes. There we go. Now spin her up. Don't worry, it always does that. You're beyond the point of worrying. Now, our plan is we're using the moon to give us a gravity assist, basically. That's good. We're going to wait until we're a bit lower. Oh, 27 kilometers. Oh, we just flew over a landing site. That's a flag, definitely. Oh, that's where we landed with the Dreamer. Oh my gosh. Do any of you still remember the Dreamer? That was a long time ago. That was pre-Hermes, to say the least. We brought out a little lunar lander here, attached to the bottom of a Dreamer spaceplane. The Dreamer is based on the Dream Chaser. Hence the name. Oh gosh, this is a perfect screenshot. Wait, no, actually, this is a perfect screenshot. Now, oh Jesus. Now, okay, well, we've just passed periapsis, so I'm just going to warp out of here. You can see that we are gone. So yep, Hermes has left low carbon orbit. I'm Bot 25. Goodbye.